Hello everybody and welcome to another K-Tapes. This week we are visiting a dungeon and by that I mean it is really a dungeon. You'll see this place is just stacked with books and DVDs and even some tapes. And this is where I actually picked up a small pile of tapes this week, which I will show you later on this week. It's maybe about like 20 tapes or maybe a little bit less, simply because there wasn't like the old stuff that I'm usually looking for. But nonetheless, this place is just amazing. It is a maze of books and comic books and stuff. As you can see, everything is piled up. There doesn't seem to be any order, although I'm sure there is, especially with the book stuff. Like they have like specific section. But when I spoke to the owner, oh, and by the way, those are like a bunch of stacks of tapes right there that I totally forgot to check. And I was about to leave, by the way, because I filmed this video right before leaving when I already checked everything. And I did forget this small part here with, I don't know, maybe a couple hundreds of tapes, which I checked, and I picked up that Texas Chainsaw Massacre that was just right there, among a few other ones. So anyway, back to what I was saying with the owner. Very nice guy, younger guy, by the way, because usually those shops are owned by older ajishis, as we call them. It's like uncle in Korean, like married men. But this guy is, he's probably a najashi, he's probably a married man, but a younger dude, probably closer to my age. And very nice guy, and I had a little chat with him with my terrible Korean, but we could understand each other. And he said that he generally gets restock of things. I don't know if it's weekly or not, like on what period of time you would get a restock, but he said like whatever he has there, he'll have more stuff coming over. So it's definitely, I guess, a place to look from time to time to see if there's anything new that comes. So these are stacks of tapes. They look like they all came from the same video store. I guess he bought like a lot from a video store that closed down, or a store that closed down. So they all had the same stickers and stuff. I bought a bunch from there. On this wall here is a mix of like older movies, like mid-90s. And you also have, and this is where I picked up a couple of newer tapes. As right there, you have the whole Harry Potter series. I found a Spider-Man 3, which is a late release. And that someone was looking for, and I found like a very decent copy as well, so I was quite happy about this. Again, just like every time you find tapes in Korea, like many of those, you'll see they have like a faded spine, or like, well, some have like decent spines, of course, but it's not like it's perhaps better than the place I visited last week, to be fair. So here you have more tapes. For the display, like I said, if there's any order or anything, there are like tapes here, there were tapes behind me, there are stacks on the side, and if we go further down the store, you'll see that there's even more tapes down there. And the guy told me like, oh, here's like the Korean section, so like all the Korean movies are all in one spot. And I'm guessing that to my right, the stacks you had over there were just like new arrivals, and they haven't been placed anywhere yet. So now we're gonna move down to like the main part of the store. As you can see, it's gigantic. There's a look at this. It's just insane. Piles and piles and piles of comic books. I mean, if I was into comic books, I'll go nuts. Because there would be like way too much stuff to look at. But anyway, I got my hands full with tapes, and that's more than enough. So right here, I'm just walking around because I really just wanted to show you how crazy this store is. Like, not just for the tapes, but just for everything else. Like, I think you even have like Blu-rays in it. No, maybe not Blu-rays, but at least you have like so many DVDs. Look at this. This is just a part of the DVD section. It's not the whole DVD thing. And it goes all the way through like the end there where you have like a staircase. It's insane. It's insane. I didn't dive into the DVDs that day. Again, I was just focusing on tapes. But I guess if I was to just look for some DVDs, I could probably find something cool there. And yeah, right here, more books. I didn't check again with the books, like, is there like a specific corner with only the comic books, only like the novels? I don't know, but this seems to be fairly well organized. Sadly, I'm not into that, so I didn't look. So if we continue here, look at this. We have way more DVDs piling up, all X rentals. Probably some of them are maybe in good shape, others are maybe terrible, but look, at least they have like all the same titles on the same shelf. So if you're looking at Friday the 13th, they look like they're all at the same spot, not like all around the place. And this was like a little wall with some animations, and here you have all the Korean films and some Chinese films. So that's what the guy showed me when I arrived, and he kind of walked me around telling me where is what. So those were like all the Korean films. Here is Gemul, which is the host in English. And by the way, there are like piles sometimes in between alleys, so you cannot like walk across. You literally have to go all the way around because it's blocking the way, like a bit like right here. I can walk between the shelves, but it's very tight. Anyway, it shows you like how insane this place is with like so much stuff. And here you have more tapes. I can't remember if there was anything special about this like particular shelving unit there. I think there was like one really cool like cult film there, but sadly it was all moldy, so I left it there. And here you have more American films, more stuff like from the early 2000s. I mean, nothing that really got my attention or anything. Nothing that I can, propose you, like if anyone wants to buy it. I mean, sometimes I'm surprised people ask me stuff. I'm like, what, really, you want that? I mean, I'm not being like mean or anything, but I'm just surprised that some people are looking for like specific titles. But right there, I mean, there could have been things that people want, although I didn't want to take a chance because the prices at this place, by the way, was a bit steep for what I did find. Oh, and there's the owner, by the way. Really nice guy. Anyway, yeah, the price was a bit steep, so I had to be a bit more selective with what I wanted to take because it would pile up quite quickly. I mean, by that steep, it wasn't that expensive, unlike, let's say, some online shops. But for a store, like a store on the street, the place was a bit expensive. It was on the expensive side. But I was able to find stuff I'd never found before and other tapes that I was just looking for a while. So I'm very grateful. I didn't mind paying the price. Okay, so here we're just walking back a bit to the front, just showing you around a little bit. Once again, see like how this place stretches, like how big it is. I'll definitely go back because it was just amazing. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks.